Are we there yet? Okay, hello and welcome to another Paint Yoga. I am Alison Rawlins, your host, a yoga teacher, consent and boundary educator, and transformational life coach. Today, I'm bringing you Paint Yoga, and I've designed Paint Yoga to help you visualize your so-called weaknesses. You can integrate the benefits into a more complete and functional whole being. The activities I will use to help you get started come from a variety of sources. I have some additional reading materials here if you'd like suggestions. I believe this will be the most efficient and effective means of achieving your own self-acceptance and content state of being. So let's get started on this second episode in a 7-part series. I recommend doing these in order. I have designed them along the paradigm of the 7 main chakra energy centers of subtle body energy chakra system, along the paradigm of 7 levels, each of which you may have some emotional blockage or baggage at, and these exercises are designed to help you to just better see that and with a different perspective make new and insightful decisions to elevate and evolve your life. As I mentioned, this metaphysical system, the chakra 7 levels energy system, has been likened to a stream where there's the opportunity for blockage to occur at any one of the 7 points. Likely there's a small amount at each one, and each time as you're washing away these blockages, more energy is flowing up into the other chakras. And so even though I am designing this as each individual chakra, it's understood well that the chakras interact with each other, and as the energy moves up through the system, once blockages are removed, it can move up, and it may dislodge some blockages in other areas that you'll want to look at individually as we go through all 7 of these episodes. So today, I want us to explore and visualize a pair of aspects of ourselves that represent our deepest motivations and our deepest limitations. And this is in the form of the Muse and the Critic. I want you to allow yourself to enjoy this activity, to notice when you have guilt, shame, self-blame, to notice if you feel conflicted or comfortable, taking pleasure from life experiences, and then we'll look at a typical day in the life to examine how we experience these attributes and how we might be able to use insights we've just discovered to make small changes in our lives to reap great rewards. Remember, if you try to change everything in just one day, it's overwhelming. So you take small steps and make incremental changes to really make lasting improvements and evolutions in your life. So let's start with the Muse and the Critic. So what I'd like you to do is divide that page in half. And I might ordinarily use a pencil and sketch something out, but you don't need to. I'm just going to use these markers. And I think I'll take this lovely brown color. And I will make a division where this will be my Muse, and this will be my Critic. And you can imagine your Muse and your Critic as separate beings for the time being. Create your imaginary friends of the Muse and the Critic, and that way you can put into this visual field simple imagination of the things that really inspire and motivate you to create. I might make my Muse something like flower, where I'll just put some petals around like that. I'll take green color to make some lovely leaves. this, my muse, is kind of an anthropomorphic, sort of a flower, bright. And some little freckles over here. So you don't have to get too elaborate. So, I've just put something really simple, and I could add more. I could try to put some peachy little highlights in here underneath the petals to give it a little bit more depth. But you don't need to. This is just to sort of give a personality, a representation that will take into the next step, the next exercise. But you don't have to go too fast. You can give it a little bit of love. Yeah. So there's my muse, very happy little guy, happy little plant man. And then, so he is what inspires me. This little dude, he makes me happy, and he inspires me, and he reassures me and validates me and gives me all kinds of warm fuzzies. But now I'm going to take on the other aspect, that judgment, that part of me that limits my expression, and part of me that's kind of gray and sort of miserly. And so I'm going to pick some kind of ugly colors. I don't even know ugly colors. I'm going to start with this kind of greenish gray, and I'm going to make kind of this old. She's got to have some judging spectacles. Here's I think that's kind of my critic. He's sitting there being all crotchety and mean. And he's not very nice at all. And he has all the things that's wrong. Let's see. Bad. Lazy. But the muse says nice things. Good work. Cool idea. Well done. Take a moment and take a look at these images you've drawn, and you can feel like inspired and happy and joyous about your muse, and see that critic as just a sick, sad old little part of you that isn't necessarily right, and they are not very big, even though sometimes they seem really big and mean and overpowering. And don't stop following your dreams just because you have a big, mean piece of mental image in your mind. I mean, look how beautiful this muse part is. And they have some nice things to say, too. So if your critic's too big, you can just sort of take a look and put them back into the right size. So now that we've done that, let's take these on to the next exercise. And I wanted us to look at a day in the life. So this happens to be a weekly calendar, but just any old day. If you have a piece of paper, you don't have to have a fancy piece of paper. I just happen to have these calendars, and so that's kind of fun to have the nice piece of paper. These are sort of Christmassy. So this is Friday, October 23, and what have I done so far today? I cleaned stuff, and I did some watching TV, and I made video. That's a typical sort of a day, and so you can just take a look at that, and my muse is just being so happy and jumping up and down over this video, my muse is so proud of me, and I can take that validation and say, you know, I mean, a lot of us are looking for external validation, and we just don't get it. But you've got this image here, this, you know, your imaginary friend, your muse. You did something fun like doing a video, you did something creative, you took steps towards your goals. Your muse is proud of you, and you can just really acknowledge that and take that in. You know, that being, that part of you is no different than any other external person in the second chakra. We have to move past our illusion of separation with other people. Notice how when you are thinking about critical things, often the things we criticize of ourselves are how other people are going to think of that, and, you know, what is so-and-so going to think, or, you know, am I going to be recognized for that at work, and so forth and so on. And, you know, so if you don't get the recognition that you need from your parents, from your bosses, from, you know, your clients or whatever, you can get that from your muse. And, you know, you can also, anything that's come up here in your day in the life, you know, what's your critic saying? Oh, I sat and watched a television program for an hour. Oh, look at you, you're lazy, you know. I had a little bit of a delay getting started on this video, and, you know, oh, well, you're stupid, you forgot the password, and you didn't get it right, and, you know, all those bad things. You know, you can listen to that critic, or you can say, hey, you know, okay, maybe it's not perfect, maybe next time I'll be able to do it better. I'm hoping that the sound quality and the video quality of this episode will be better for you when we do move up to the third chakra, hopefully next week. You know, that will be another video that I will hopefully be able to make even improvements on from this one. So thank you so much for watching. Let me check my script here. Okay, so sometimes we go looking for other people to give us the answers, but in the end, what you think and what you think others are thinking come from the same consciousness. If you are uncomfortable with any of the thoughts, only you can answer what you can do to change how you feel. No one else has any authority to judge you, and all of the thoughts of judgment, if you think people think that you're lazy, it's not that they think you're lazy. Somewhere you are thinking you are lazy, and it's your thoughts. So if you think you're lazy, then only you can say whether or not you're actually doing the activities that are needed for you. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed the work today, and I hope that you see some immediate benefits, and certainly I hope that your benefits compound over time. I hope you'll come back and watch all 7 of this series. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and please visit my website, www.teachingithacawellness.com, for details on how you can support my work or directly work with me and discuss and deepen your experience on the journey to self-love, unity, and whole being. Namaste.